Cardi B lessons we can learn from lacking motivation and reaching a plateau in your career. So there has been a lot of talk lately about Cardi B, and as usual, she is being compared to Nicki Minaj in the industry. It makes you wonder if what's being said has some truth to it. What people are saying is she is an industry plant. And I'm starting to wonder because we are still looking for your album Cardi B, and all your fans are getting is your sharp tongue. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to downplay any of Cardi B's achievements or hard work, but I honestly believe Cardi has gotten complacent. If you start lacking the drive for something, then what ends up happening is you put half the work in, or you start complaining about things that shouldn't even be bothering you at all. If your dieharded fans are anticipating your album and it keeps getting delayed, and all you're doing is cursing them the hell out, then where do their loyalty goes after that? As women, we have evolved in a fast-paced, moving world. Women have honestly been achieving a lot that back then was made impossible because of society's restrictions. The society we live in now is completely different, and we should praise every woman now for breaking the stereotypes that were placed on us. From our first woman astronaut to our first woman mathematician, doctor, you name it, now we have many women going out there pursuing their dreams and achieving it. We should never take this lightly. We have come a far way. I think that this is very important to talk about because our careers and where we put our focus will affect what direction our life will go, whether it means we become super successful or we become a statistic to struggle culture. Cardi B has really beat the brakes off her life. She did a major stereotypical switch, meaning she made a change in her life from stripper to rapper, completely switching her life around. Not everyone knows how to do that type ish. That comes with a lot of determination and will for a change. That's what you can say is street smarts, something a lot of people fail to develop and can be quite crucial as to where your life will direct you in the future. This, I can say, is an admirable trait that I must say everyone should take a book from. All OnlyFans models, women in that type of industry should take a page from. You can make that switch in your life. The corn industry should never be your choice forever. It's a sure way to your grave, whether it's through substance abuse or through men offing you. It's not a lasting career. In fact, that isn't a career, it's a lifestyle you never want to get sucked into. Cardi B has shown that putting your mind to focus and willpower can really make you achieve amazing things. I feel like Cardi needs that drive again because she lacks that drive, that I'ma change my life drive. And it shows she really has been on this plateau for some time now, and she is timid to show us another Bodak Yellow. Can she recover from being called just a feature artist and a celebrity that just argues about everything? Yes, she can. She just needs to mature emotionally and look into herself. Cardi does not know how to take constructive criticism, and that is one of her weaknesses. Here are 5 things we can learn from a career plateau. Number 1 is you need a challenge, something that is a driving force that will push you with momentum towards achieving your goal as a career-minded woman. You always hear people say they came from the dirt. They came from nothing. But what if you are that woman who came from middle-class beginnings? The thing is, people that come from the ghetto will have more motivation to change their situation from poor to riches because they don't want to stay in that environment forever. With a person that wasn't born poor but middle class, he lacks that motivation, that drive to change his circumstances because she ain't missing meals even though she is still not a poor person. If you get up every day hungry and in a dilapidated building, you will push yourself to change that circumstance. So if you are middle class, you need to program your mindset to stop being lazy so that you can change your current situation. Number 2 is to use your competition as motivation. Sometimes, all you need is to see other women reach their goal to push you in the right direction. Rome was not built in one day. It might take some time, but use this as a guide. Don't be hateful, but take notes and follow the leader. What I mean when I say don't be hateful is sometimes when some women see other women pass them in life and become successful, it breeds hatred and envy. If we are honest with ourselves, it takes a lot of character seeing someone pass you and become successful. We are, however, humans with flaws. But take it from me, it's not that serious. It really has to do with your ego. Take your ego out of it. and ask yourself, what can I do to be in the same position this person is? Because this all boils down to knowing that you can do better for yourself and being salty about someone who achieved it before you. Sometimes the person is not even that talented as you are, and that's where envy comes in. But it's all about self-control and sticking to it. Managing your finances is next on your list. How can you elevate if you don't know the first thing about managing your money? It's a requirement to know how to manage your funds, and this might take a little of saving and investing. This will require trial and error because it's quite tempting just to spend it all on designer. But at the end of the day, will spending it all contribute to a legacy? Whether you believe it or not, what you leave behind is far more important than what you currently own. In fact, if you have kids, you will understand exactly why I said this. If you are childless, fine, it's okay not to have a legacy. Otherwise, it would be so unfortunate to not leave a legacy behind. I mean, be honest with yourself. Who wants their children to struggle or work just as hard or even harder than you did? Start by sticking to a budget and using the cash stuffing system. This has worked so well for me. Try it, you will never regret the results. I love cash stuffing because I always stick to a tight budget and I never overspend. I always have a category for my money, so it makes it impossible to even think of overspending. I place my money differently for groceries from my money for personal items and bills, and that has really helped me. Last but not least, develop street smart abilities. It might take a while to develop, but this will come in handy in super testing times. Surviving in the coldest conditions requires learning how to survive in your current environment. Sometimes it will take a lot, especially character building situations, but if you want to reach the mountaintop, you will be required to climb. This might be you hustling and saving bread and reading up certain situations, knowing when to cut off certain friends, which could mean your life or your death. But street smarts is more than just being a hustler. It requires you using your instincts and your intuition. If you get the vibe that something is off, and don't go out today, don't be stupid. Follow what your mind tells you and don't go out. I have seen a lot of people ignore their feelings and are not here today or are behind bars because they failed to follow their instincts. Just remember, ladies, to think before you do. Listen to your gut. It never lies. Until my next episode, toodles.